there. A couple of people have asked about the centering rulers. We did two sizes. This is a 6-inch span, 3 inches all the way around, and the 9-inch span all the way, so 4.5. So to use these, what you want to do is you want to find the exact center on your item. So for example, I've got this makeup bag, and I've got it just slid on the end of my ironing board because I work off my ironing board a lot. And I'm going to take this ruler, and I'm going to start placing it on my item. And at that point, I'm going to look at the measurements on the ruler, the 2-inch here, the 2-inch here, and then I can use the stripes and measure over to see that I'm in the center. And that needs to come over a little bit. And then what happens is you've got this opening on your ruler that you can either place a snowman positioning sticker for the Brother and Baby Lock machine, or you can take a pen, a marking pen, and mark a crosshair, or you can use a notebook reinforcement sticker and stick that. And then what happens there is once you put your mark there, you take that to your machine, you hoop it, and then your mark is going to be your perfect center. So you would either scan it for your snowman sticker, you would use your laser for your crosshair, or you could take your needle drop. If you had a notebook reinforcement sticker, then you could actually drop your needle down right in the center, and you would know that's the center of your design. And if you want to double check, I use this 6-inch, but you could also use the bigger 9-inch. So I would look at this marks on the ruler. That's 2 inches and 2 inches, and I'd come across here. The edge of that makeup bag is at about the 4, and over here, see how that's off? So that means I would need to slide this over, and I can actually use this marking line on the ruler. So I could go about here and here. So this line is exact center to here, here, and here. So that means this is where I would mark to have the exact center of my item. Okay? And like if I had this little hair bow, you wouldn't have to necessarily decide where you want to center this way, because you can put your monogram wherever you want on that tail of that bow. But you could use this to lay here. And if you look at the marks on your center, this is 1 inch, 1 1/4 inch. Well, I'd have to move it over to get the center. So I would come over this way, and you can see there's 1 inch, 1 1/4 inch, 1 1/4 inch. Move it this way a little bit more. Up, there it is, 1 1/2, 1 1/2. So that means that right here would be the very center where my monogram would go. And here is a clutch, and this already has a snowman sticker on it just to show you. But what I did for this was, I don't want my monogram to come all the way down on that clasp. So that would be 2 inch, 2 inch. My monogram would be too low. So I bumped that up a little bit. I use this line right here. There's 2, so I'd use 1 3/4 this line, and that way that I know that I've got that monogram that'll move up, not hit the clasp, but yet that's centered on this flap for me. Or I could actually use the 9-inch, and I kind of looked at the scallops. Here's the 4, there's the 4, and that lines it up. So if it was off-centered, if I had it sitting here, then you would see that this comes all the way over, and it's not the same amount of distance here and here. And then to do a book bag, again, you lay your ruler down, and you would start looking at your measurements on your ruler. And if you look at this, see how the 4, my monogram is going to go on the flap here. Well, this 4 is here, this 4 is here, so that's going to tell you right there, this is not the center, it's too low. It looks good side to side, it actually fits perfectly there, so I know I'm dead center going horizontally, but vertically I'm not. So if I just bump this up, move it up, move it up, move it up to where I can see that that's pretty perfect right there. It actually fits pretty perfect. So once I've got this lined here and here, so that the amount is equal here and here and here and here, then this is going to be your dead center. So that's where you're going to mark it. Again, with a positioning sticker, you could take a pen, a marking pen, an invisible ink pen, and make a crosshair and use that to line up on your machine and your hoop. You could use the reinforcement sticker. So once you've made that mark, you hoop your object, and you can also use that, your hoops, some of your hoops have marks on them, so you could use that also to align that way. And if you use a large enough hoop, then this will actually sit inside the hoop, or that'll sit inside your hoop also. Okay, hope that helps. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.